All right, so let's knock out the homework. Number one, divide using polynomial long division. Okay, so our hands are kind of forced on this one. We have to use long division, even though we like synthetic, right? Synthetic will be the next one. We look and see 7x cubed plus 11x squared plus 7x plus 5. All the x's are there, so we're good. The divisor, x squared plus 1. So it's very easy to glance over the fact that there's no x term. So we need to add a 0x plus 0x. So this is going to be x squared plus 0x plus 1. Outside, right? And inside, the dividend is going to be 7x cubed plus 11x squared plus 7x plus 5. All right, looking at just the leading terms, x squared times what gives me 7x cubed? 7x. And now we multiply the 7x times the trinomial outside, right? So this is going to be 7x times x squared. So this is 7x cubed. And notice that matches exactly. So that's how we know we're on the right track. 7 times 0, well, that's just 0, x squared. Then 7x plus 1 will be plus 7x. So notice all the exponents line up. All the cubes are in line, all the squares are in line, all the x's are in line. Right? If you forgot to put the 0x squared, then yours aren't going to line up, and you're going to have some issues. Now, I guess granted, do you have to put the 0x squared? I would suggest it, right? That's just the way it's taught. I mean, there is a way to understand what's happening and not put the 0, but you just run the risk of making a mistake. So we subtract. So this is going to be flipping the signs of everything. So negative, negative, negative. Adding downward, we're going to get 0. That's what we expected to happen. That's supposed to be that way. 11 plus 0 is plus 11 squared. 7 minus 7 is 0x. Right. I need that 0x to be here. Then we need to bring down the 5. So plus 5. Okay, start over. Looking at the leading term, x squared times what gives me 11x squared? Well, that's just positive, write it in black. 11, just 11. When we multiply 11 times the trinomial, we're going to get 11x squared, right, plus positive 0 x, then plus 11. Flipping the signs, we're going to get minus, minus, minus. So in conclusion, we're going to get 0, 0, negative 6. So our remainder is negative 6. So 7x plus 11 minus 6 over x squared plus 1. We don't need the 0 there. Okay, moving along. Number 2. So in the numerator, we have 5x4, x3, x2. We're missing an x. So we're going to need a 0x term. And in the denominator, x squared and an x. Okay. Outside, we have x squared plus 2x minus 4. inside, we're going to get 5x4 minus 2x cubed minus 7x squared plus 0x minus 39. Okay, looking at just the leading terms. X times what gives me 5x to the fourth? So this is going to be 5x squared. Multiply. This is going to be 5x to the fourth, right? We add the exponents. Plus 10x cubed minus 20x squared. Flipping the signs. So negative, negative, plus. Adding down, we got 0. Negative 12x cubed plus 13x squared. Bring down the 0, so plus 0x. We start over. X squared times what gives me negative 12x cubed. So negative 12x. Negative 12x. We multiply. We get negative 12x cubed. It matches, so we good. This is negative 12 times 2, 24. X squared. Negative, negative is a positive. 12 times 4. 12, 24, 36, 48. X. Flipping the signs. So this is plus, plus, minus. Adding down. 0. 37. X squared. Negative 48. X. Bring down the negative 39. Okay. Last iteration. X squared times what gives me 37x squared? It's positive 37. So plus 37. Multiplying all that times the outside will be 37x squared plus 37 times 2. So 67 times 2 plus 7, 74. X. Then 37 times negative 4. So negative 4 is going to be negative 144, right? 74 times 2, basically. 144. Flipping the signs, we're going to get minus, minus, plus. So 0. This is going to be negative 48 plus 74. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So negative 122x. And then positive it's going to be 1. So 144 minus 30. 114 minus 9. 105. So it's going to be plus negative 122x plus 105 all overs x squared plus 2x minus 4. Okay, hopefully that matches the key. Hopefully that matches the key. So okay, synthetic division. We see b cubed, b squared, and b. All right, so we're good there. And we're good here. So in the box is going to be positive 2. If you're not sure what in the box means, I do have a video on this where the lesson where I go over some more examples. This is going to be coefficients only. So 1, 8, negative 20. Bring down the 1. 2 times 1 is 2. We add. 8 plus 2 is 10. Multiply times 2 will be positive 20. When we add, we're going to get 0. That's the remainder. So because this is a b cubed, we want b squared, like 1 times b squared plus 10b. And then there's no remainder. Okay, number 4. Synthetic division. Okay, this is going to be, what's this going to be? So we're going to, so the negative exponent, right? It's basically, this is, all this is saying is that we're going to have a fraction and then 2t plus 3 in the bottom, right? Because of that negative exponent. So all this is going to go away. Okay, so this is synthetic division. So what's going to go in the box? So we need 2t plus 3 is equal to 0. So subtract 3. 2t is equal to negative 3. And what? Divide by 2, divide by 2. So t is equal to negative 3 over 2. So this is going to be negative 3 over 2 in the box. And the coefficients, so we have t cubed, t squared. Oh, look, we're missing a t. So we're going to need a 0t. So 6, 5, 0, 9. All right, we start the process. We bring down 6. So negative 3 halves times 6. These are going to cancel. So negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. Plus 5, negative 4. Times negative 3 halves. So again, negative 3 halves times negative 4 cancels, makes 2. The negatives cancel as well. That's going to be positive 6. When we add, we're going to get 6. So 6 times negative 3 halves is going to be negative 9. Plus 9, we're going to get 0. So that's nice. The remainder is 0. The degree was t cubed. So when we decrease that by 1, we're going to get 6 t squared minus 4t plus 6. Okay, moving right along. C minus 2. It's going to be in the box positive 2. And then so c cubed, c squared, c. So all the variables are there. So grabbing just the exponents, we're going to get 2, negative 3, 3, negative 4. Bringing down the 2. 2 times 2, 4. Plus negative 3, 1. Times 2. Plus 3. Times 2. is 10 plus negative 4. It will be positive 6, and that's the remainder. Okay, this was c cubed. So we're going to have for our answer 2 c squared plus c plus 5. We can't forget about our remainder. So we have a remainder. This is going to be plus 6 over c minus 2. And that is our quotient. Okay, number 6. So on numerator, we have x cubed, x squared, and an x. So we're good. In the bottom, just an x. Still good. So what's in the bottom? We're going to have, so what's in the box, rather? It's going to be 2x minus 3. This is going to be plus 3. So 2x is equal to 3 divided by 2. So 3/2 in the box. Grabbing the coefficients, we're going to have 2, negative 1, 5, negative 12. Bringing down the 2. When we multiply, the 2's are going to cancel, making just 3. We add, so we get 2. Again, multiplying by 3/2, the 2's cancel, we're going to get 3. When we add, we're going to get 8. 3/2 times 8. The 2 is going to cancel with the 8, making a 4. Times 3 would be 12. Plus negative 12, we're going to get 0. Remainder 0. So you can see how this is way better than a long division, for sure, when it comes to efficiency. X cubed. So we decrease it by 1. So 2x squared plus 2x plus 8. No remainder, so we're good. Okay, one more. So this is going to be y plus 2 in the bottom. Okay, so we have y5 in the numerator. And there's no other y variable, so we need one for 4, 3, 2, and the single 1. So that's 4 zeros we need. So in the box, we're going to have minus 2, right? It's the opposite of this. Then the coefficients, we're going to have 1 and then 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 32. Okay. Bring the 1 down. 1 times 2, negative 2. When we add, times negative 2, the negatives cancel, but there's going to be 4. We add. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8 when we add. So negative is positive, times 2 is going to be 16. Kind of see where this is going. When we add, times negative 2, negative 32. When we add, we get 0. So this is y to the 5th. We're going to decrease the degree by 1. So we're going to get y to the 4th minus 2y cubed plus 4y squared minus 8y plus 16. No remainder. Okay. It's a little math without a word problem. Well, it's not necessarily a word problem, but okay. You're given an expression for the volume of a rectangular prism. So volume is length times width times height. Find an expression for the missing dimension. So the missing dimension, I'm assuming, is this right here, where it looks like a question mark. Okay. So we said that volume is length times width times height. How can we use that? How can we use that? We're given the volume, right? So this is going to be Oh, okay. I see where this is going. So volume is equal to length times width times height. Okay, volume, substituting volume for the given information. So x cubed plus 13x squared plus 34x minus 48. All right, that's the volume. This is equal to length times width times height. So this is length. We'll call this width, and then this will be height. So length is going to be x plus 6. The width, unknown. And then the height, x minus 1. So let's combine x plus 6 and x minus 1. So if we FOIL this out, we're going to get x squared minus x plus 6x minus 6. Combining like terms, so x squared plus 5x minus 6. Right, this times w will give me the volume. So what that means, I need to divide the right-hand side by all of that. Both sides. Okay, so the width, the missing dimension, will be the quotient for whatever this fraction is. So let's move this up a little bit. All right, so let me get some room to work. So outside, so all the x variables are there. So we don't need to add any zeros. That's good news, I guess. But we have x squared plus 5x minus 6. So no, I'm not going to use synthetic division here. Finding a single number. I mean, I guess I could factor this bottom, and then we'll have two things in the bottom. But in this particular case, I think long division is more ideal. I could be wrong, though. What do I know? So plus 34x minus 48. Looking at just the leading terms, x squared 3 or x cubed. X squared times what gives me x cubed? That's easy. X. Okay, we multiply it through. This is going to be x cubed plus 5x squared minus 6x. When we flip the signs, this is going to be minus plus 0. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 8 x squared, and then 40x. Okay, bringing down minus 48. X squared times what gives me 8x squared? It's going to be plus 8. Positive 8, rather. So multiplying, we're going to get 8x squared, 40x, right, positive, and then negative 48. And this is nice. Like, hopefully you can see where this is going. When we add these up, we see that 0. Well, we have to flip the signs, right? So negative, negative, plus. So 0, 0, 0. Remainder 0. So this means when you divide it, the missing width, right, is x plus 8. X plus 8. That's the missing length, or the missing dimension, the width. Okay. Here's some challenging questions here. So let's go. We have x squared plus kx minus 17 divided by x minus 2. So we want to find values for k so that each remainder is 3. So for each of these, 9 and 10. So remainder 3. That's what we're looking for. So in the box is going to be positive 2, right? The opposite of this. Grabbing the coefficients, we have 1, k, negative 17. Okay, going through our process, we bring down the 1 times 2. Now, again, there's a couple different ways you could do this. I showed 2 different methods earlier. If we do k plus 2, well, actually, we want the remainder to be 3, right? That was given. So we can either keep going forward or we can work backwards. Let's just, well, if we push forward, right, k plus 2, then we're going to have to times it by 2. Sure, let's do that. So this is going to be k plus 2 times 2, right, will be 2k plus 4. Now when we add these up, this is going to be 2k plus 4 minus 17 is equal to 3, right? We want it to equal 3. Combining all the like terms, 2k minus 13 is equal to 3. When we add 13 to both sides, 2k is equal to 16. Divide both sides by 2. K is equal to 8. So if k is equal to 8 in this case, the remainder will be 3. Okay. It's not bad. All right. Number 10. X squared plus 5x plus 7 divided by x plus k. Okay. They would. It's always the last one. Okay, so in the box is going to be the opposite of what's right here. So negative k. That's in the box. So we want this to have a remainder of 3. So grabbing the coefficients, we have 1, x squared, right? 5x, and then 7. We want a remainder of 3. Okay, we bring down 1. We times, so this is going to be negative k. When we add, we're going to get 5 minus k, right? Or negative k plus 5 is the same thing. Okay. When we multiply by negative k, this is negative k times 5 minus k. So that's going to be, it's going to be negative 5k plus k squared. When we add this down, we're going to get negative 5k plus k squared plus 7 should equal 3. I'm going to move some things around and rearrange this. So let's subtract 3 from both sides. We're going to get 0 on the right. We're going to get positive 4. And then I'm going to say k squared minus 5k. Okay. No pun intended. Let's factor this. Multiples of 4 that add up to negative 5. I feel like it's 4 and 1. Right? 4 times 1 is 4, but we need negative 5. Well, they're both negative. And this is equal to 0. So we're going to get, we said each of these equal to 0. Well, negative 4 is equal to 0. K minus 1 is equal to 0. So k is equal to positive 4, and k is equal to 1. So 4 and 1. Okay. Hopefully these work out, and I didn't catch any mistakes. If I did, feel free to call me out in the comments. I'm pretty humble about it. So good luck.